Hello, beloved. It's me, Coach Carmen, the Kingdom Health, Purpose, and Wealth Coach and founder of SharingTheBliss.com. I'm here today because I wanted to share with you uh, what I just found out last night, and that is one of the secret stars, the stars of the movie The Secret, which was a blockbuster back in the mid 2000s. The book The Secret, I'm sure you're familiar with. The movie The Secret, well, passed away. And not only am I sad that one of the stars of The Secret passed away, but I am heartbroken that the gentleman who passed away was a dear friend of mine. And not only a dear friend, he was actually a mentor. And his name is David Shermer. It's hard for me to even express this because it was just wasn't expected, and I was planning, my husband and I were planning a trip in early 2021 to go to Australia to visit our dear friend David and his wife Lorna. And so it was just a big shock to find out from Lorna, his wife, that David passed away suddenly. And to show you, this is David. If you can see that. Now, what was unique about David was that he was a born again Christian, and we had many conversations about the law of attraction from a biblical perspective when he found out that I was writing a book called The Biblical Laws of Attraction. That's how I attracted him because I was writing this book and he thought it was fascinating. And from there, we ended up becoming really good friends, me and Anthony, my husband, and David and his wife. And when he came to America, we took them under our wings and showed them around. And we went to, um, they came with us to church, to our church, and we actually had dinner at my late sister's house, Darlene's house, Darlene and Harold's house. And we had such a good time. He was actually doing a tour, international tour. David Shermer was um, he was a rags to riches story. And he was a farmer. He was totally broke for many, many years, most of his life. And then he got involved in um, trade, trading, and and his trading business became very, very successful. And he actually started doing workshops and teaching people um, how to invest and how to trade. And that's how he made his millions. David was the sweetest person and so passionate about God. I loved interviewing him. I interviewed him 3 times. I had a telesummit where he was the I invited him in as a keynote speaker during my telesummit I had several years ago. And that telesummit actually just laid the foundation for my business because I had so many people sign up for my courses as a result of that telesummit. It was a 6 to 7 six-figure business blueprint for Christians. It was the Kingdompreneurs 6 to 7 figure business blueprint, and him being a 7 figure Christian business owner and someone who was made famous from the movie The Secret, I thought he would be perfect to be the keynote speaker, and he was. Everyone loved listening to him. I have that recording. I have several recordings, as I said, that I have when I interviewed him. And I want to make sure that I can get that out to people to listen to this man of God who uh, who talked about the law of attraction, but who understood it from a biblical perspective, which is what I teach. I teach the law of attraction from a biblical perspective. And for him not to be here anymore, it just makes me so sad. I'm holding back my tears now because I saw him on Facebook. He popped up on Facebook about 6 days ago, and I wanted to yell out to him and say, "Hey, David, are you ready to do the detox? It's time to do the detox," because I invited him to do the 28-day body and soul detox last year, and he um, had all these excuses. So I was like, "Okay, David, you're going to do the last detox of the year." That's what I was saying in my mind, but I did not message him. So I lost the opportunity, that last opportunity to speak with David Shermer. And let me just tell you, if you watch the movie The Secret, if you're familiar with the book The Secret, David was the teacher of the in The Secret that talked about checks in the mail. He talked about um, getting car parks and how to manifest car parks and checks in the mail. And he was famous for that because a lot of people can relate to getting parking spots and getting checks in the mail, right? So that's what made him very well known in the movie The Secret. But his passion was teaching the Word of God and teaching, law of attraction from a biblical perspective. Uh, when I really wanted him to do the detox because I know he was having some health issues and I know he needed to lose some weight for sure. And the fact that I didn't contact him. I didn't um, take heed when I saw him on Facebook a few days ago, and I did not, just leave a message. Just started to have dialogue because he's in Australia, and we would do that many times. But I hadn't spoken to him in a little while, so I was like, "Oh, I'll get back to him and I'll talk to him about the detox." It's just another confirmation that you don't wait when something's on your heart to do, especially when it involves a person that God puts on your heart, do what's on your heart to do. You don't wait. It's just made me more passionate about what I do, to be more in earnest with calling up people and not really caring if they say yes or no, just inviting them to transform their lives. The 28-day body and soul detox is a soul and body transformation. And, you know, I, Australians, one of the things they're known for is eating meat. They love to eat like steak and meat. And he was a serious meat eater. And I don't think he wanted to have anything to do with giving up that meat. But I'll tell you, beloved, you know, one thing that's a challenge for Christians is the food. That's why God gave me the whole concept of the faith food connection, beloved. We must, we can know about the law of attraction from the biblical perspective. We can know the scriptures inside out. But if we don't take care of our bodies, even we're out of the law of protection. I mean, God will give us grace. Jesus died to redeem us from every sickness and disease. However, He's God gave us choices, but he says, I set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Choose life so that you can live. It's our responsibility to do what we have to do to choose life, to choose detoxing our bodies, even if you don't want to be a vegan for the rest of your life. You don't have to be. But clean out your body, get your waistline down. When your waistline is out of control, your health is out of control, beloved. You can even be a slim person and have your waist be 5 inches, 6 inches, 10 inches, 20, even 30 for some people, inches too large for your frame. And I'm telling you, you're going down the medical matrix rabbit hole really quickly. And if you haven't yet, it's only a matter of time. And I don't want to put negative on you. That's not how I roll. But I just want to shake you up, okay? Because he's not the first person this year who I loved very, very much who passed on, and health reasons, and not by the COVID virus. Our first cousin, who's several years younger than my husband and I. She passed away from, originally it was colon cancer. And she fought it and fought it, but she never wanted to take heed. Every time I tried to talk to her about the detox, she looked at me like I had two heads. She wanted to focus on eating whatever she wanted to eat. She figured that she was sick anyway. She was going to enjoy her life and she was going to eat whatever she wanted to eat. And I know for a fact if she had changed her diet, she would be here today. I truly believe it because, the cancer just kept coming back and coming back, and she wasn't changing her diet. So then my dear friend, Reverend Maggie Howard, what really messed me up about Reverend Maggie, it's just really hard for me to even talk about her because, first of all, I loved her so much. She is known as she became known as the Mother Teresa of Staten Island. This woman gave and gave and gave to the community. And she loved sharing the bliss, my business. She loved my coaching programs. Um, Dana Walker Boyd introduced us. Actually, she told Dana, who's a dear friend, and she went to her church, and she was a friend of mine. She told Dana she wanted to meet Coach Carmen. Just she heard about Coach Carmen, she wanted to meet me. And since then, it's been several years. She has been a client of mine, and she had some health issues, but I don't believe that they were. I don't know. I don't know. Inflammation is tough. Inflammation is a scary thing. And she had lost weight with the program, and then she would gain it back, and she would lose some. Then her focus was so much on helping other people that she really didn't take enough time long enough to hang in there long enough to focus on helping herself. And that's another thing we do as believers. We put so much energy, especially if we are in leadership, especially if we are ministers and pastors. We are bombarded with the pressure, the cares of this world because the people who we were called to serve have issues, and they're constantly putting their issues on the leadership. And if you don't have a strong um, physical self, if your physical being isn't strong and you have your self health issues, and then you have some of your own personal soul issues, and you're carrying everybody else's burden. This year, so many leaders, I have ministers in my programs now who, they're going to funerals like 3 times a week. They're they are either going there, they're conducting the funeral, officiating the funeral, um, and and then they are expected to go there. That's a lot of heavy burden. That's a lot people passing. So many people in your congregation, people passing. You need support. You need someone to help you. You need someone to give you strength as you continue to strengthen others. You cannot do this alone. You cannot do the work that God has given you alone. You need somebody to help you to change the way you eat because we are what we eat. So you can eat to live, to clean out your blood and your body, to at least detox long enough to recalibrate and get strong in your body so that you can build up your immune system, beloved. You need someone that you can talk to about your soul issues because we all have them. And there are people, you can't talk to everybody about your soul issues if you're in leadership. David, I just cannot believe that I will not ever be able to talk to him on this plane again. I really loved him as a brother, and he was younger than I am, but I looked at him as a big brother, and he was a mentor. And he left several sons. I forgot how many sons, seven, I think, a lot of sons. They're all grown and doing very well in Australia. Well, a couple of them, and one of his sons live in Canada, I think now. And his wife Lorna, I lift her up in prayer. I lift up his entire family in prayer for just grace, and that the God's spirit of peace and comfort, that it surrounds them and envelops them, that they will be able to handle this loss, because it's not just the loss of the family, but all of those who knew David Shermer, who knew him not just from the movie The Secret, but that knew him as an amazing man of God. I love you, David. I'll see you in heaven. If you're interested in the 28-day body and soul detox, call my office at 718-273-9772. Let's have some dialogue. I'll send you a link to my health and wellness assessment form, or you can, if you're on Facebook watching this, you can just scroll down or message me your email address and phone number. And I'll set up, make sure you have your assessment form to fill out, and then we'll talk and we'll have a complimentary a session, health and wellness session, and we'll set you up for the next 28-day body and soul detox, which is October next month. This is the last detox of 2020. You know? All right. Okay. 718-273-9772. We just had a beautiful week three of September's 28-day body and soul detox. It was awesome. This month, uh, the theme of this month was warrior mode, is warrior mode. And we're all in warrior mode. Next month, detox, the final detox of 2020, unless God tells me otherwise, is called Super Beings. And we're going to really talk about becoming, well, you are a super being, how to activate your supernatural empowerments. So important today that we activate our supernatural empowerments, beloved. All right. Okay. One last time, 718-273-9772. You have no excuse not to call. All right. Okay. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.